You ever meet someone who seems to be playing a completely different game than the rest of us? Someone who operates without the rules of conscience or empathy or guilt, the very things that guide most of our behavior? Well, today we're diving into the pretty chilling insights from Robert Hare's book, Without Conscience, to try and understand the psychopaths who live right here among us.
And look, this isn't some rare, far-off thing you only see in movies. Get this. The book gives a conservative estimate of at least 2 million psychopaths in North America alone. To put that into perspective, a city like New York could be home to as many as 100,000 of them. This is not about fictional villains. It's a reality that touches pretty much every single one of us.
So, who are these people, really? The book defines them in this chillingly direct way. They are social predators. And that's not just about being antisocial or kind of mean. No, this is about a predatory mindset that sees other people not as fellow human beings, but as, well, as resources to be used up and then thrown away.
And it is absolutely crucial to understand that we are not just talking about the infamous serial killers that grab all the headlines. I mean, yeah, they're the most extreme examples for sure. But the vast majority of psychopaths are not violent murderers. They're the con artists, the ruthless business people, the abusive partners. They're the coworkers who just tear through lives and careers without a single second thought.
So the big question is, how do these people get away with it? Well, that leads us to our first and maybe the most terrifying concept from the book, the mask of sanity. See, they don't appear monstrous at all. In fact, it's the exact opposite. This quote here from William March's The Bad Seed just captures the idea perfectly. Psychopaths often seem more normal than normal people. They mimic human emotion and morality so flawlessly that they present this perfect, convincing picture of a good person, kind of like a plastic peach that looks even more perfect than a real one. The book gives this really powerful example with an inmate they call Ray. The author describes his first meeting with him, and he notes that Ray's gaze was so direct, so intense, it was almost hypnotic. This unwavering confidence, this intensity, it's a tool. It's designed to disarm you, to make you believe their stories, and to pull you into their web.
And that disarming charm we just saw with Ray, that's the way in. It's the entry point to the cycle of the social predator, a cycle that was chillingly laid out in an essay by a psychopath in prison. It's a 4-step playbook. First, they charm you with their words. Then, they control you with their presence. They deceive you with a smile. And finally, when they're done with you, they desert you and leave your pride in tatters. Okay, so let's look behind that charming mask, because underneath all of that, there's just a profound and disturbing emptiness. We really need to understand the pieces that are fundamentally missing from their whole psychological makeup.
So what is it? What essential component of humanity is just not there? And here's the absolute heart of it. It's not that their conscience is weak. It's that it's absent, gone. They lack empathy, the very ability to feel or even understand what another person is going through. The qualities that allow the rest of us to live together in social harmony are simply missing. To really wrap your head around what that lack of empathy truly means, just consider this chilling account from the book. An inmate is describing how he murdered his girlfriend's infant daughter. He explains it casually, matter-of-factly, and unbelievably, with a smile on his face. This isn't just a lack of sadness, it's a complete and total disconnect from the horror of the act itself. Hervey Cleckley, in his classic book, The Mask of Sanity, came up with the perfect metaphor for this. He said it's like they're emotionally colorblind. They can learn all the words for things like love, guilt, or horror, and they can say them very convincingly, but they have no internal experience of what those words actually feel like. The emotional color is just missing from their world. So this brings up one of the most common and important questions when you talk about psychopathy. Are these people mad, or are they simply bad? And believe me, the distinction is absolutely critical. Okay, let's break it down. A person who's experiencing psychosis is out of touch with reality, right? They might have delusions or hallucinations. But a psychopath is perfectly in touch with reality. They are rational and they are acutely aware of what they're doing. This is why a psychotic person might be found not responsible by reason of insanity, while a psychopath is judged sane and is held fully responsible for their actions.
So the crucial point here is that their destructive behavior isn't the product of some broken or deranged mind. It's the result of a choice. A choice that's made with cold, calculating rationality, combined with a chilling inability to see other people as real human beings with feelings.
I know this is all deeply unsettling stuff, but it raises a really critical question. Why is this knowledge so important for you to have? Well, the answer is simple. Understanding psychopathy is a matter of self-protection. It's a survival guide.
As the author warns us, the odds are really high. It's not a matter of if you'll encounter one of these people, but when. And for your own physical, psychological, and financial well-being, knowing how to identify them and protect yourself is an essential life skill.
So let's just quickly recap the key takeaways here. Number 1, they wear a mask of sanity, a very convincing facade of normality. 2, their defining feature is a profound lack of conscience and empathy. 3, they are rational and aware of their actions. They are not insane. And number 4, recognizing these traits isn't just some academic exercise. It is your first line of defense. We're going to end with this haunting question, written by an inmate who knew this world from the inside out. Now that you've seen behind the mask, now that you understand what's missing, the question isn't abstract anymore. It's personal. If another one of them comes knocking, will you recognize them? And maybe more importantly, will you open the door?